Hello YouTube, this is Sensation reporting in for another update video. This time, I know it's August 8th, so it's 8/8/2016, but this is going to be the birthday update, only because I'm alone on my birthday and nothing really happened. So anyway, this is going to be the birthday update. So as you can see, there's a different steam engine on the track, or there's two of the same, and this one's a bit different. This is my 5324 New York Central J1E from Broadway Limited. I just got him in the yard for now. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna fix something real quick. So, anyway, now that we're coming around here, so anyway, you're probably wondering. Another thing is what you're wondering is probably what are these Union Pacific coaches sitting over here? These are not mine. At least not yet. They could be. Well, they're not. They're not really though. My friend is just storing them here. These are these cars are all brass. I know. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Brass is overpriced, which it is. So there's not much really you can say else. There's not a whole lot I can say about these. I just got back from work, so I'm deciding to do an update video. And I decided to show you all my new engine, kind of just powered on, idling. It's got a QSI board in it. It's QSI sound, and I may make it WOW sound. I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. My cheap well cars are for sale, kind of an update. My coal cars are being sold, as well as this double crossover with a switch on it. Later on, I will be putting WOW or Economy sound in those two. What else? Oh yeah. My friend gave me two Fords, a Shelby GT500 and a Cobra Concept. I'm planning on getting more of these Athearn RTR. Not this kind of. Well, I'm just planning on getting more 2-bays so I can have a longer train of 2-bays. So I need about 20 more of them really, to have a real kind of mixed freight train, because I've got a lot of different kinds of freight sitting. Anyway, so some more kind of things going on. As you can probably tell, the yard tracks are a bit longer. Well, the guy who is leaving his brass coaches here gave me the Bachmann Easy Track to make another yard section. You probably noticed when I came over here before that I now have more track. This is Code 83 Pico track. And I will make it, and I'm going to make it work in the yard. My friend, who usually go to, that's on the ATA, has told me that I should just use this track to make a loop, to make a yard track that goes all the way around. And I more than likely will, because that's probably the better idea. So I can store a long freight train in here. And then so I can shove these Superliner cars probably back to here, at least on this track, so that they're out of the way and not there. And then I can put a track somewhere on here, somewhere on one of the off of these switches here. I can throw these tracks and make it go all the way around. Probably will do the outside one first, only because it's the outside, and then I can kind of get my yard going. That's not going to be part of the yard. I just took that from on the layout. But you can probably notice that I have used a lot of the sectional track for the yard, and yes, I have. I have my box of track still. That's still for sale, except for the switches. I'm going to use number 4s in the yard for now. Actually, that's going to be the. This is where the yard will be. It'll be all along here. So it will. The switch will still be the same. I'm going to put my 3-way switch probably over here. My friend and I are going to do some customizing of a normal number 6. And put that kind of, well, have it there and cut it off a little bit so we can start the curves sooner. I'm gonna push this main back over closer to the outside. If I have the track for it, which I don't think I will, so I may just have to leave it where it is. But all I know is this track will go. The switch track will go somewhere in here, and it will switch off. And it'll switch off to 3-way almost immediately. As it gets probably about to this car here, which is sitting right about there, it'll probably switch to the 3-way track, and then have them go on all along here, going all the way down there, and there will not be a switch. There will not be switch tracks here for at all. It will just end. It'll just end over here, so there is no way that it will. It's just going to be a terminal. So I'm going to have Amtrak pull straight in. I'm going to have my New York Central Hudson back in with NYC coaches, and then I don't know. So and then I'll have some other train. When I do get my Southern Pacific Daylight train, the full coach consist. I will be putting it on the outside yard track because we'll need it. So, yeah. So, at some point in time, I don't know actually. But yeah, at some point in time, there will be a yard track going all the way around to where I can run a train through the yard and get all the way to this side without having a problem. So look for that soon to come. The next thing I will have to do is I'll have to build a section here, a triangular section, so that each 11 curves can go around this corner. I can probably fit about 4 or 5, at least 5 around this corner. So yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna start exactly. Whichever way I do it, however I decide to do it, it will work, and I'll be able to fit 11 cars. I'll be able to fit 11 tracks through there. But as we come back here for the yard, the 4 tracks that you see that are Superliners are on, the 3 steamers. Actually, I think it was there's 4. There's 5 there. There's 5, but there's kind of 5 anyway. But yeah, those 5 will probably come to about here on the layout, and then switch off because that's already a pretty big yard. And then it'll switch back in and go back into one of the yard tracks. Or no, it won't. It'll switch into one track and just be one track. But then by the time it comes over here, it'll be back together and back into one track. Or what I may do. Well, yeah, because that'll work. So, yeah. I just got to make sure everything kind of comes this way, and that when everything gets there, everything's kind of at that angle. And yeah, that's a number 4, so everything's got to be kind of at that angle, going around the layout. So, I won't be too hard. The outside one will be the shortest one, more than likely. I mean, I may just have it go all the way around to here and then just put switches through here and then build a small triangular section through here to fit the rest of the tracks, because this is where my diesel facility will go. It'll go back along here to the switches, and then I'll have a building here. That's for the diesel facility, so for maintenance. The roundhouse for the steam engines will be all the way over here, and I'll have a switch coming off of this track so that they can all kind of go over here. And then immediately hit a roundhouse, or not a roundhouse, but a turntable, 130-foot turntable, and then have the roundhouse kind of from here back around and then back around to here or whatever. I don't know. It's going to be a big roundhouse. It's going to be another section that jets out by about 2 feet, so it won't be too bad. But I do want a roundhouse only because where my track is laid, I can't fit one anywhere else except for here. Plus, it would kind of look good up against my mountain, which is just going to go kind of. I don't know. I'll figure it out how it goes. It'll probably be cut out so that it doesn't. So that they'll probably cut it out here, and then just drop it down, just a straight drop down. It's just all depending on where my turntable goes. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all my track laid first. Every single track, all the facilities, where everything will go, will all be laid out except for scenery. And then at some point I will ballast it, and that also includes the station, well, the terminal, I mean. And I'll have all of that done, and then I'll have all of this done before I even start on scenery and ballasting the track. And someone had made the comment that I should paint my rails, but I don't feel like painting them because that's just, no. I don't really want to paint my rails. If I wanted to weather my rails, I would have done that. I would not have gotten Code 100 nickel silver track for a reason. I probably would have gotten Code 100 brass track if they even make that stuff. But I like the way my track is. I will be putting ties back in here since that is what my friend who wired up my layout said. So I will be putting ties back in before I start to ballast. I still need more electrical current or more electrical power drops everywhere because the power tends to kind of decrease as it gets around over here, even though the power supply is right there on the tracks. Probably could clean my tracks a little bit. You know, I mean, they're not crazy dirty, but they kind of are. So I'll figure it out. Everything will get done eventually. It's just a long process. I do want to thank my dad for buying more Pico Code 100 or Code 83 track. Even though it's not Code 100 and it's not Atlas Superflex track, I'll make it work for the yard. So I'll make it work, and they do have holes in them, which is nice and all, but they don't have holes on the top, which kind of sucks. But you know, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. We'll get everything done. This is 10 sections of flex track. So it's the wrong kind, but my guy who did my electrical said we can make it work. So I'm betting on him. So I'm putting my trust in him because I believe he knows what he's talking about. So anyway, yeah. And if you don't believe me that these are brass coaches, let me just prove to you right now. The box is out for the Union Pacific coaches, UP number 525, UP observation car. So, for you people who say that the Balboa stuff is not is shit compared to everything else, I'm just going to tell you right now, don't even bother saying anything, because these are actually pretty good quality brass coaches. So I'd rather you not say anything because this is the first brass that has ever touched my layout. I am strictly against brass and everything that is brass on my layout because I don't want to be seen as a person who says brass is the best and everything else is shit. Because I've had that said to me many times because I refuse to buy a brass, these 3 engines in brass, and I've been told that they're shit compared to brass. Pardon my language, but I'm not making it up either. I know the guy's name. I'm not going to be calling anybody out. It's not my thing. But I have been told by people who have said those 3 steam engines would be better in brass. And let me give you a little bit of history here. My Class A is a die-cast shell and a die-cast frame. My J1E is a die-cast shell and a die-cast frame. My Santa Fe Northern is a die-cast frame and a plastic shell. Yes, all 3 engines have a plastic tender shell, but all 3 of them have a die-cast frame for the tender. Excuse me. So yeah, anybody who says brass is the best, no, I disagree. Those 3 engines say that brass is not the best. And here's my other thing about brass. You're paying the price for one brass engine for a DCC and sound engine, yeah? So why would I buy a brass engine when it's DC? All these 3 are DCC and sound. All 3. Yeah, for the J1E, I paid $150 for it, and it's DCC sound and Broadway Limited. So, anyway, that's enough information for this Fox Run update. Plus, phone will die. So my camera phone thing will die anyway. So, until the next time, guys, sorry to cut it short, but, you know, batteries last a long time. Yeah, right. Anyway, bye.